Alrighty, a little video to celebrate this gorgeous day. Had been cloudy and kind of drizzly, but the sun's finally poked out. And makes me feel guilty I'm not cutting grass. Let me walk up on there. Sorry for the jiggling. Alright, one thing I've learned with front end alignment, I went in here, loosened those two big bolts, and messed with the shims. First thing I did was I set up a string line, put a jack stand at the rear bumper, run a string, jack stand near the front bumper, try to make it the same distance from the tires. And I guess if you really want to be super accurate, you would measure the width of like where the rubber, if you could calculate where these spinners would be, make sure they're square. But ran a string and measured from here to about where the string was, about 3-4 inches away, and then from here to where the string was, and seeing that it was equal. Same thing. I'm gonna switch hands here. From here to where the string is, and from that one to where the string is. So say that was 4 inches, that's 4 inches. That tells you it's true to that, because it's a solid back axle. It's pretty easy to go by. So then you look at the front, and just say this is, say it's 4, but say it's 3.5 or 4.5, whichever. And then look at that. So say that was, 4, and this is 4 1/16. Well, that's great. It's a little bit of toe in. But what I've learned after messing with it, when you look down this fender line, all right, see the spinner sticking out, and now you see a tiny bit of the front rim popping out, and that's telling you got a little toe out. So I want to move the steering wheel over so slightly. Could probably just kick the wheel. And of course it's going to crank back a lot because it's sitting, it's got weight on it. That's pretty much straight. Look down. Come in. Okay. Still a little bit toed out. Let me move this chair. The old kick around. Let's see if that helps. Okay, it's still a tiny bit toed out. Yeah, just remember that. Let's look at the other side. So what I've discovered is you can use these fender lips. I got a lot of sun here. You can see that's a little toed in. So I don't have a lot of kicking around, but okay, that's a little toed in. See, the back is showing and the front's barely. Back to this one. So what I was doing is trying to get one basically flush. That's a little toed out. So I think really my track right now is about flat. I don't think I got any toe in or out. Crack a little bit. Wheel's showing a little bit to the right. It's better. Still a little toed out. Because when you pull shims or add to the upper control arm, you do change the toe in. Okay, see, I'm looking through the monitor. I'm going to take away and just look at it for real. Oh, it's definitely towed in. I can see a lot better without the monitor. It's definitely towed in. Yeah. So if that's towed in, I want to see that this is square or maybe towed out. Let me see. We'll do it without the monitor first. Oh yeah, it's about square. I'm going to do the monitor, but it's so sunny I can barely see. So I don't know if you guys can tell when the rims start to pop in and out. So I'm convinced I got a tiny bit of towing. Probably could use a little more. Get rid of this fan. So what I did, kind of mocked the linkage together here. Kind of stuff that goes by the house. At least it wasn't going 100 miles an hour, I almost think. So it's a bit of a rig, but it's getting the juices going. So this is just a, a strap. This is an original Ford part that I just cut and put a sleeve over it. Oh, you can't see my fingers. There they are. Good idea. And so when you compress that, I'm going to lift this up, the spring will eventually, lift. So what I'm thinking I'll do is maybe drill a couple holes, maybe a cotter pin with a washer, so you could adjust when it engages, or a collar with a, Allen. This one's direct. I just had the springs and put them on there because I think I'm going to use them on this. Well, no, probably won't. This has a sliding collar. I don't know if you can see that move. That has, you can lock it down with this bolt. So it's not locked down, and that isn't either right now. So I'm just running on the center. But this is just the first rendition of getting a throttle linkage hooked up. This part here is great fitting. The rod is right, this left hand thread up here, right hand down there, and this one, all that crap was less than $5 at Speedway. And then I went to buy another one, and it was $15.99. So I didn't buy it. I came up with it down there. So anyway, plus, it was $5, but I paid like $8.99 to ship it. I should have bought two, but I was just seeing it would work. So that's what I got for the gas line. And these are just screwed. I don't know if you can see them. They're shut-offs. Got a cross here, another shut-off. Just use the screw to hold it down. So pretty simple. Probably should, do it in hardware instead of rubber. That might happen one of these days. Finally got my alternator. It was eating belts, and I know you really can't see, but I actually ended up shimming the bottom bracket, which is U-shaped, put a washer in the front and cocked it back. And it was exaggerated, but it straightened that belt out a lot, so we'll see. Alright, just a couple things. Of course, when you add in your shims, if you add to the front, you're going to increase your caster. So I took the car to Teddy's garage, got a nice, pretty level floor, and I ran a level. Actually just touched it on the fender to the floor, got it bubble level, and measured and saw how much camber I had, and put a lot in that one. So, and I don't know, I think I changed the caster a little, so it goes down the road much better. It was pulling to the left. It's not pulling anymore. The steering wheel's pretty straight. I think my caster could be played with yet. The way I was doing it, you want to leave it, weight on it. You want to determine the point that this rim doesn't move. So when you turn left and right, there's a point where the rim really stays the same. So we had a level here, and I was measuring, you know, and seeing, oh, it goes in when you turn right, it comes out to a point where it isn't. And then you can get the idea what the angle is. So I got a lot of caster going, I know that. I'm going to probably reduce it. I think I did a little bit, but I haven't measured it yet. Alright guys, a lot to do about nothing, but a lot of fun. Alright, see ya.